And good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to the city of Taipei for tonight's game here in Group B of the 2026 BCL Asia East. It's the champions of the Plus League versus the champions of the TPBL here in Chinese Taipei. Indeed, it's New Taipei Kings taking on the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. A rematch of last season's semifinals. There are the fixtures coming up specifically here in Group B as the New Taipei Kings and Taoyuan Pauian Pilots will be taking on the Chinggis Broncos of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, as well as South China Athletic. But as you can see, there will be the final games coming up between the 19th, 21st, and 26th of April. Well, if you're only just joining us, both these two teams, of course, were in action as they took on South China Athletic in Hong Kong, China. There are some more games. This game obviously tipping off here on the 14th, while Pilots will be taking on South China Athletic, as will the New Taipei City Kings on the 18th of April. You can watch games all live here on FIBA's official YouTube platform. Well, here are the standings of both Group A and B. Of course, we saw the opening of Group A in Tangerang, Indonesia, in which Dewa United getting both victories against both High-Tech Basketball Club and Johor Southern Tigers. Well, at the moment, due to the amount of games being played by South China Athletic, they are currently top of Group B. Well, of course, the Broncos and the Pilots, the two teams who made it to the finals last season of BCL Asia East, are currently undefeated. Well, it's a must-win game tonight here, specifically for New Taipei Kings. Because they learned the hard way, the return of BCL Asia East, when they went all the way to Causeway Bay in the heart of Hong Kong, China, and had a very tough encounter against South China Athletic. But tonight could be a different game indeed. Of course, I had a few words with Jordan Tolbert right before the game, and he said full well that they have come prepared for this game. This is a derby, a rivalry between the Pilots and the Kings. Remember, only 2 seasons ago they played in the same domestic league, the Plus League, and battled it out in the finals in which the Kings were champions. And when you look at this squad here, many returning players from last season. Well, of course, there's the big man, Big Baby's back in the house here tonight. Of course, the big fella indeed had a decent game coming in and off the bench. You also saw the likes of Supei Kai, but their leading scorer was Jaden Gardner, who did finish in the end with 31 points and 8 rebounds. Because the second leading scorer was Jordan Tolbert, finishing with a double-double of, in the end, 28 points and 10 rebounds in that heavy defeat against South China Athletic.
First assistant coach, Thomas Whiteman. Welcome.
Because a game like this, you have to understand the magnitude. Many fans coming into the building tonight. There is Coach Hong Shishan, who, of course, was playing for the New Taipei Kings last season in BCL Asia East, and a legendary player within Chinese Taipei basketball. Well, for the Pilots, they're coming off the back of a very tough domestic defeat where they took on the Taipei Fubon Braves only a few nights ago at the Taipei Arena in the Plus League. And they found out the hard way. They also took on South China Athletic. And although they trailed for the majority of that game, they narrowly pulled it through and came out with a victory. Taoyuan, of course, in that the Pauian Pilots, of course, that night led by William Martin, who did finish with a miraculous 22 points and 15 rebounds, while also inspiring performances from both Alec Brown with 17 points and Cedric Miller, who had a very good night from the three-point line, 50%, knocking down 4 out of 8. Alec Brown, of course, returning to the Pilots this season, a big foundation for head coach Yorgi Caminos. And there is Cedric Miller.
Number 5.
Of course, a new addition this season, only in his second season of professional basketball.
Number 31, William Martino.
Well, William Martino having featured at the 2022 FIBA Asia Cup for Chinese Taipei, but there is the future of basketball of Chinese Taipei. Lu Zhenjiang, also known as Justin, of course, played absolutely excellent when Chinese Taipei defeated Korea in the second window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, tonight, they're going to need a new performance from what many would say is the future of professional basketball within Chinese Taipei. And a lot of these players, they've grown up together. They've played with each other. But tonight, it's a battle of BCL Asia East supremacy. Remember, here in BCL Asia East, 2 groups, 7 teams. Every team will host, and the top 3 from each group will then go. But let's introduce our 3 referees for tonight's game. We're very proud that we have 3 of the very finest here in world basketball. Well, our referees are coming from Thailand, in Natapang Jontapa. From Indonesia, we have Budi Marfan. And from Malaysia, we have Hom Junliang. So big thank you to all of our officials. You've seen them at FIBA Basketball World Cups, FIBA Asian Cups, and even the Basketball Olympics. But tonight, it's all about BCL Asia East, live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena. Many Kings and Pilots fans, this rivalry seems all too familiar because we did see it in the semifinals last season of the BCL Asia East in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, in which the Pilots winning by 19 points. But the Kings, of course, need to turn things around tonight, getting off to a very tough start in Hong Kong, China. We'll take a look at their starting lineup. So they're going to begin with Jalen Harris, who didn't feature in Hong Kong, China in the opening window, but Joseph Lim will be in the backcourt, also with their two leading scorers of both Jaden Gardner, Jordan Tolbert, and the other backcourt player will be Lee Kai-yen. Of course, in that game against South China Athletic, Lee Kai-yen did actually start for the Kings, but got into a little bit of foul trouble early on, and he is a key ingredient to that backcourt. And as we've already said with Hong Shishan head coach, I mean, if you really love your Chinese Taipei basketball, he was teammates with Lin Zijie. Lu Tsunju, who's currently playing tonight for the Kings, in 2013 when they defeated Wang Zizi and Sun Yue at the FIBA Asia Cup. Well, Cedric Miller, Chen Chuang, new player this season for the Pilots, Alec Brown, William Martino, and Lutsen Chang, Justin Liu, all in the starting five tonight for the Pilots. Quite a big lineup with both Alec Brown and William Martino. But, speaking with head coach Yogi Kaminos, they've got ambitions. They've got targets to set. They represent the Plus League, as they would say, the highest level of pro basketball here in Chinese Taipei. And, well, they want to get back to the BCL Asia final tournaments. We're just coming short of getting to the semifinals last season in Dubai. But Yogi Kaminos is probably one of the greatest basketball minds you'll find in all international basketball, because the magnificent experience working with Baskonia in the Spanish Liga Endesa, the ACB, the domestic professional basketball league in his home country of Spain. And the thing about Yogi Kaminos, like you could argue the same point with Hong Shishan, they have an eye on the future for Chinese Taipei basketball. They're always bringing through the elite talents, while also bringing in some of the best sort of international import players. That's how they've got to do it at this level. If you want to shine at BCL Asia East, if you want to get to the finals where you take on the three very best from the East Asia Super League, which we know this coming season will be Morocco Bolts from the PBA, Utsunami Brex of the B League, who are currently BCL Asia defending champions, and as well as the SK Seoul Knights of the Korean Basketball League. You've got to bring the best to the table. And that means as best as your import players, as best as your domestic players. Home crowd definitely are going to love the occasion tonight. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere. Well, Washburn not in action tonight, but has brought his family to the game because, well, hopefully we'll be seeing him at some point. Just trying to recover from a few nagging injuries that he has had this season. But he's a terrific player, there's no doubt about it. Well, fans, remember, at the same time, in a few days' time, the other window, the second window of Group A, will be tipping off in Johor, Malaysia. And we're not ending there, because we got a whole nother week of games here in Chinese Taipei. Then we'll be heading to Bangkok, Thailand. And, of course, the final window, before we head to the final six, we'll be going back to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. So, BCL Asia East, the opportunities that arise from this magnificent competition. If you want to get involved, contact your local organizing committee in Bangkok or Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And if you're a basketball journalist, content creator, well, get your accreditation. Come by, hashtag BCL Asia. If you love the elite level of basketball in this part of the continent, make sure you follow BCL Asia on all social media platforms, on X, Instagram, and Facebook, where you can get all the best news, highlights, and content that matters to you most. Alec Brown jumping this one with Jordan Tolbert. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots up against their old rivals, the arch enemy, frenemies if you like. A rivalry based on respect and basketball dominance. Jordan Tolbert alongside Alec Brown will be jumping this one. Again, we welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, live here in Tianmu. Not too far from the Shilling Night Market, one of the traditions of Chinese Taipei, but BCL Asia East 2026. Kings up against the Pilots. We'll get this one underway. Jaden Gardner just trying to start things here as a natural power forward here for the new Taipei Kings. Now Joseph Lin, who just recently featured for Chinese Taipei's national team, goes for an early three. And the Sanford Cho goes from downtown. Well, he's putting up some very impressive numbers in the TPPL, but it hasn't been such a great season this year for the Kings. These Kings have to bounce back from that heavy defeat against South China Athletic. Chun finding Alec Brown, but throws it right into the VIP section. And that's going to be a turnover for the Pilots. Pilots fell victim to many unforced turnovers in their most recent domestic game against the Taipei Fubon Braves. Gardner getting that high screen. Thinks about it, now goes for a three-point. That's a little too short. Milner coming over the rebound. Pilots want to run. Last season possessing one of the best percentages in transition in BCL Asia East. Brown now finds a bit of mid-range. Oh, good recovery by Milner. Recovers, goes in, little sweep angle roll. Oh, there's the big lineup. No foul given. That block going to Tolbert. That time just going in the bucket from Alec Brown. Kings need to realize preventing second chance points is going to be a tough task tonight. Lin's made 1-3, now hesitates. Because big wave since featuring forward Chinese Taipei's national team. Now counted, he'll go to the free throw line. Oh, great take in the end, the penetration beautifully by Li Kai-yen. Oh, just putting Lu Tsun Chang under pressure, little inside finger roll. Li Kai-yen finishing with 10 points in the defeat against South China Athletic. 33% from the field that evening, only 4 out of 12. And because if he can get to the free throw line more often tonight, that's going to do them a lot of favors. Artino trying to find Milner. Milner going for a back down. Heavy defense coming from Jalen Harris. Tough play goes in, but Harris standing strong. Comes up with it. And now the Kings want to run. Harris making a name for himself at the international stage. Switch it, got it by Brown. Oh, Gardner goes in. That's good defense by Milner. Pilots having no problem switching 1 through 5 with this lineup. Chun now up against Tolbert. Kings left exposed inside the paint. Artino goes in. A lot of contact, but unable to hit the front iron. Artino protesting. He felt he got fouled, but Li Kai-yen coming up with it. There's the ball screen. Now pulls up mid-range. And may have just turned on the air conditioning. While Pilots want to run here. Lu Tsun Chang now trying to find an opening. Goes in the bucket and finishes inside the paint. Well, if it's just in time, it could be a problem. Pilots fans rallying behind their team. Tolbert goes for an ISO. Good defense by Artino. A lot of reaching, but now here comes Cedric Milner. Milner goes in, and he'll finish extending. Well, actually leveling things up here at 6 apiece. Pilots known as one of those teams that love to convert turnovers quickly into fast break points. The Taipei Kings defense has got to be on point this evening. Jordan Tolbert trying to pick and pop action. Lindau trying to make a pass, interception. Cedric Milner. A lot of contact goes in. Gonna be another round one. While Milner just going coast to coast and drawing the foul against Jalen Harris. Well, look at this take here. That's intelligent play by Cedric Milner. I mean, Harris, at that point, you've either got to beat him, get in front of him, or foul him quicker, because what you don't want to do is two things. Either foul him when he's in his gather step, which will send him to the free throw line, but the last thing you want to do is send him to the charity stripe for a three-point play, which now he converts. Just remember, last season when they met in the semifinals, Taoyuan won by a convincing 19 points. Washing away the haunting memories of the Plus League Finals in 2024. Harris finds a bit of separation. Almost got the mid-range to go. Talbot tips out to Jaden Gardner. He'll fire a 3. 2 good looks for the Kings. Failing to get anything to go, but now here comes Lutzen Chang. Wow, man. Interesting one there because he actually was trying to pass it, but only elected to go for a shot afterwards. Because there's the attempt of the pass, but I actually think that's a good call. That's a very good call because if you notice, he actually comes down on the ground just with 1 foot as he goes to the shot attempt. So that's the right decision in my mind. Attino. Great matchup between both him and Jordan Talbot. While Gardner's got the defensive duty against Alec Brown. Lutzen Chang. Attino in the paint. Bumps, goes in. Jordan Talbot now caught in a jumble, but that's going to remain Pilots' ball. That's the thing about the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Any shot attempt goes, it's 1 through 5 who crash the boards. And then everybody else gets ready to get out in transition. Lutzen Chang, quick catch and shoot 3 is up. Talbot coming up with a rebound. And now Harris wants a run. Lin goes in, teardrop, banks open. Well, that's Linsanity 2.0. Because everybody knows he comes from a Linsanity basketball family. Second field goal now for Lin. He only gets that high screen. Chun popping out. Goes to his left, strong hand, goes in. What a play by Chun. Oh, great defense, but even better offense. Some great basketball was seen from the 2 best teams of Chinese Taipei at the moment. Harris tries to find another opening, now fires back for another 3. This one, it goes in. Well, it could be the Sanford show party tonight. Lutzen Chang just to run the foul. That's going to be against Lee Kai-yen. Well, there's the take by Chun. Little scoop hook. Dream hook off the bank. Well, Lee Kai-yen's going to leave the game. He's going to take a slight breather, so checking in now for the Kings. Chen Yo-Che has come in. Chun penetrates, finds Alec Brown, 3 is up in the corner, make that another Sanford show. Rated 3s tonight. And would you expect anything different from the 2 best teams from Taipei? Champions of both the TPBL and the Plus League. Gardner trying to find a handoff. Chen going baseline. Oh, nice move. Avoids the block and able to cut it down to a 1-point deficit. Kings currently 5 out of 10 from the field, shooting 50%. Cedric Miller goes in and he gets it to drop. Well, we've seen these rims earlier this evening. They have quite a friendly bounce. So you can anticipate it's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight between the Kings and the Pilots. It's now Jalen Harris for 3 from downtown. And make that Sangha Sanford show from downtown. Well, if you're a neutral fan, you want to see this game go right down to the wire. Because both teams, it was the pop out from Chun finding Alec Brown. And you know, whether he played in the Spanish ACB or here in the Plus League, he's always been known as a pick and pop big. And the same for Jalen Harris. I mean, he's a go-to scorer. So you cannot give him any time or space. Pilots, of course, making a change. Jackie Lee's into the lineup here. Going to go for a tough fadeaway. Harris just gathers it. And Chun's going to be called for the foul, and that's going to be the 2nd team foul against the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Oh, no. Wow. That one's going to be called on Jalen Harris. Well, Pilots retain this. Trying to reclaim the lead as Jackie Lee just heavy defense. Chun, another pick and pop of Alec Brown. Well, that's going to be a lot of contact. It's going to be a shooting foul. Talbot just overcommits himself. So Alec Brown will go to the free throw line for 3 free shots. I think Alec Brown reminds him of how much contact was initiated. Well, if you want to go back a year ago to when they met each other in the semifinals of the BCL Asia East, in that 19-point victory, which did qualify pilots for the BCL Asia, Brown that night was one rebound away from a double-double. Because he's the last player you want to send to the free throw line. Probably one of the better, more consistent free throw shooters for a center here in BCL Asia East. Knocks all three of them. Joseph Lin just dealing with the pressure. Just bringing Brown away from the bucket. Now finding Jaden Gardner. He'll fire a three. That's a little too short. Milner coming up with a rebound. Kings don't have any fouls to give. Finding Justin Lutzen. Shaq goes in. No foul called. But Cedric Milner, this is what he does best. Tolbert just battling. Harris comes up with it. Kings want to run. But a foul is going to be called. New Taipei City Kings head coach Hong Shishan just calling for an unsportsmanlike, but I think that's going to be called on the ground. Change coming in to the Pilots. Well, Pilots bring in Kwan Tai-yo into the moment. So Lutzen Chang is going to take a breather, but interesting here, they've got two specific guys in Kwan Tai-yo and Jackie Lee, who are just unbelievable on-ball defenders. The question you've got to ask is, where is the offense going to come from? Nice take by Harris, going straight to the bucket. Well, he's cooking up early. He's cooking up a Chinese Taipei hot pot. They need him to be on fire tonight. Kwan Tai-yo finding Brown. A lot of pressure. Milner. Harris keeps him at bay. Now we reach under 10. Milner puts up a tough three under pressure. And I'm telling you, if you didn't see him in Hong Kong, China, this man can heat up. Two-possession lead currently here to the Pilots. Well, Chen tried to make the entry, and Jordan Tolbert just saying, listen, throw it up high. I mean, look at this. His right foot, his shooting side, is behind his left foot. But still he makes it count. Martino back into the lineup. Alec Brown will take a breather. Jordan Tolbert, he'll fire a three. He can make those. The man who won BCL Asia East last season with the Chagas Broncos of Ulaanbaatar. Because Tolbert's probably not going to take a lot of bench minutes tonight. They need him to play extensive. Oh, great defense. Kings come up with it. Now in numbers. Harris has made one three, goes for another one. Well, they had options, had Gardner with him, and decided to go for the three, but here come the Pilots. Oh, nice pass by Lee. But in the end, finished by Kwan Tai-yo. And now you sense a little bit of fatigue here from the new Taipei City Kings. 1:49 to go here in the first quarter. A 6-point lead to the Plus League champions. Coach Hong Shishan wants to talk it over. What a cut down the middle. No Kings defender saw Kwan Tai-yo. Well, this is the BCL Asia East 2026. We're live here in Chinese Taipei. Let's listen now to head coach Hong Shishan.
Hey, Jalen, JT, Jalen, JJ， 然后舰艇传给 JT， 下档接到 run action， 走 handle， 直接下去 ，OK 吗？哎，防守掌握快攻，不是找到自己人啊，就近要停球。打球。
Well, he needs his team to find some rhythm. That's the key thing. Currently, new Taipei Kings, 7 out of 15 from the field, which isn't too bad. They have attempted 7 3-point field goals, having only converted 3 of them. But the thing for the new Taipei Kings, if you're going to shoot threes in transition, they've got to be high percentage looks. Lin Yanting bringing up the ball here for the Kings. Down by 6. Just over a minute and a half here in the first quarter. Well, Lin will fire up a deep three. That's going to be way too short. Great closeout defense by Kwan Taoyuan. And now here come the Pilots. Foul drawn on the ground. That's going to send Kwan Taoyuan to the free throw line. And that's the problem, putting your opponents into the penalty too early. Kings need to display a little bit more defensive discipline if they're going to maintain a good performance here tonight. Well, Jonah Morrison's also checked into the lineup for the Pilots. Kwan Taoyuan missing the first free throw. Second one, no problem. Kings will want to minimize the deficit as much as possible going into the second quarter. Got in the handoff with Lin. Now finds it open, straight to the bucket. Gets rejected. Well, Tsai Tien. Kwan Taoyuan behind the back, and a bit of showtime. Pilots Lancho. Oh, you gotta love it. The champions of the Plus League. Well, the block from Cedric Milner, the dime from Kwan Taoyuan, and the finish by Attino. Gardner's got to make this one. Kicks out, Lin, three, corner. And now we'll just do their confidence a world of good as he cuts it back down to a 6-point deficit. And that could indeed be a 2-for-1 for the new Taipei Kings. Milner attacks the gaps. Tries to find Attino. Good defense by Tolbert. Kings have numbers. Now, an unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called. Oh, look at this. Just a Waterfangzer. He just said goodbye. What a rejection by Milner. And this is what I call the Taipei Hot Pot Lancho. What a dive by Kwan Taoyuan. Well, Ken Lin checking into lineup. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up here for the Kings. Now remember, the unsportsmanlike foul was given, so Kings will retain possession. Just when they had a 9-point lead, you felt the Pilots were going to build some big momentum, run away with this. Well, first free throw missed. Oh, I missed them both. And the pressure may have just got to him there, because at that point you cut it down to a 2-possession deficit. Then you got the chance to dribble it down. Now there are 12 seconds difference between game and shot clock at the moment. Ken Lin matching up here with Jordan Tolbert. Joseph Lin. Tolbert wants an ISO. Back down. Double comes from Milner. That foul's going to be called on the ground. It's not the worst foul in the world, because it's only the 4th team foul. But the good thing here for the new Taipei Kings, now that minimizes the time difference between both game and shot clock. So for Kings, dribble this one down for the final play. Harris will inbound it, finds Gardner. Tolbert trying to find Jalen Harris. Well, there you have it. And there you can see Jurgi Kamenos, head coach of the Pilots, infuriated with Jackie Lee. That's what he didn't want his players to do, send Kings to the free throw line. So that 9-point Pilots lead, potentially if Jalen Harris makes both of them, well, it could be cut down to 4. New addition this season in both the TPBL, the East Asia Super League, and now here in BCL Asia. Well, BCL Asia East to be exact. Because he also featured in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers, where he's played 3 games. He's been averaging 31 points per game for the Jordanian national team. I think it's fair to say Jalen Harris, well, saying that he's a bucket is a very small way of putting it. He's a hell of a basketball player. Well, Wang Po checking into the game. Big Baby's into the lineup. Final play here. Kwan Taoyuan turns it over. Wow. Trouble in Pilotsville at the moment. And they're going to bring both Joseph Lin And Jalen Harris back into the game. Remember, Pilots don't have any fouls to give. Kings, you got to go quick, 5 seconds. They find Joseph Lin. Lin's got to go length of the floor. Lin goes all the way, gets it up, and he's unable to finish. The rim protection of Alec Brown preventing it from being a one-possession deficit. And that is the end of the first quarter. Live here in the opening game of window number 2, Group B of BCL Asia 2026. Well, the game has become a roller coaster of emotions. The Pilots building a substantial lead to which the Kings have made a comeback. We'll leave you with the highlights from the first quarter. I think some inspiration in both their offense and defense. But welcome back. Goes the big three tonight between Jordan Tolbert, Jalen Harris, and Jaden Gardner. Harris going for another three. Big offensive rebound by Tolbert, but throws it. Oh no. Martino nearly coming up with it. But that's going to remain Kings possession on the baseline. Let's have a look here. That's a big time offensive board. And what happened there? Just grasped the finger of William Martino. Harris another three. Comes up with his own rebound. Inside the paint, too strong. The big duo of William Martino and Alec Brown are going to make it tough for offensive rebounds tonight for the new Taipei City Kings. Lutsen Chang getting that high screen. Martino goes again. Justin tries to kick out. While Brown comes up with it, finds Lutsen Chang, corner. Well, unfortunate set of circumstances, but Cedric Milner's not complaining. New Taipei Kings just can't come up with a rebound at this point. Lin finds Harris, goes in, too big, too strong, and simply just too good. Well, that's great pick and roll reaction from Joseph Lin, making the pass to Jaden Gardner, excuse me. Because they need to keep on playing with that intensity. Milner goes baseline. A lot of contact. Well, somehow he made that one. Well, that was good defense, but simply better offense. Gardner in and around the gaps. Kicks this one out. Struggling to get those good looks in the paint, but Jalen Harris, closeout coming, another three going up. That time not dropping. Pilots want to extend the 6-point lead. Milner, three, transition, and make it another. And I mean one more time, a Sanford show from downtown. Well, these fans in Chinese Taipei, they love the Sanford show. Lin kicks out. Harris goes for another three. A lot of contact. Struggling from the perimeter at this point. Any bucket now will make it a double-digit lead here for the Pilots. Chun finds Brown, goes in. That time extends it to the 11-point lead. And Coach Hong Shishan has seen enough. He's going to call timeout. The Kings right now in trouble as they trail by 11 to the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. We're going to head down to New Taipei Kings, but look at this. There was the unfortunate set of circumstances, and I wonder, is William Martino going to get the assist on that play? There's the three-pointer from Cedric Milner. So far, this game has been one direction in the second quarter. It's all been Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. A tough finish by Alec Brown in the paints.
Second up. 所以没有的时候，我现在不要打 pick up。海燕。前提稳健的 hand off for Kyle, right to the middle, pass to you。海燕就会挡你，你走这边上来，阶梯再下。4， 庆接到 hand off 玩 ，hand off 给你玩丢，不要丢给旧打 pick and roll， 全部丢到 high post， 接到 speed action。
Well, I think you heard the language there from Jordan Tolbert. If we translate it down to a basic level, he's a competitor. This is the third time he's played, whether it's BCL Asia, BCL Asia East, or the former way it was BCL Asia qualifiers. He's played for NS Matrix Deers, the Broncos, and now New Taipei Kings. He wants to win. It's all about hustle here for the Kings. Lu Kai-yen back here in the game here in the backcourt. Joseph Lin thinks about going for the three. Tries to find Tolbert, but good defense by Alec Brown. Another turnover for New Taipei Kings. Martino goes in, swaps hands, counted, and he'll go to the free throw line. Pilots dominating on both ends of the floor. Well, what a finish here by William Martino. That's 2022 FIBA Asia Cup with Chinese Taipei. Because I don't think Jalen Harris, who didn't play in that competition, is going to probably remind him about Freddie Ibrahim's half-court game winner against Chinese Taipei. I think William Martino wants to forget that. Because the FIBA Asia Cup quickly becoming one of the greatest competitions like BCL Asia. There, rejection time. The Twin Towers said not in our house. Now Jackie Lee, another three. It's becoming the Sanford Show Party tonight here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena. Pilots right now leading by 16. Well, Jaden Gotti's got to make this one. Not dropping at the moment here for the Kings. Jackie Lee want to run. Alec Brown takes this one from no man's land, and they're not missing tonight. They are on fire. The champions of the Plus League, dominating here in Taipei. We'll make that the fifth three-pointer tonight here for the Pilots. They've only missed three. A very impressive 62%. Tolbert in the paint. Great defense by Alec Brown. Well, Lutsen Chu, number 13, is checked in. Joseph Lin puts up another deep one. He had to take that one. The shot clock was winding down. But unfortunately for the New Taipei Kings, that's going to be a foul on Lutsen Chu. Kings have attempted 13 three-pointers already. They've only made 4 of them, but that was the block shot. And here was the Sanford Show by Jackie Lee. Transition three-point basketball from the Pilots. Now, if you are only checking into this game and you don't know too much about these two teams, obviously this is the BCL Asia EC magnificent tournament. It's going to qualify 2 teams out of 7 to the final BCL Asia tournament, where we'll get the best from the East and the West. But the man at the free throw line, number 6'9", this is Lutsen Chang Justin. And many are looking at him as the future of Chinese Taipei basketball. Most recently, well, this season is the final season of their GOAT, their greatest player of all time. And that is Lin Zijia, the beast. And people are dubbing Lutsen Chang 6'9" as the future face of basketball here. Kings down by 20. Harris. Little mid-range game going. It finally gets at the drop. They needed that one desperately. Now moving up to 12 points. Third player in double figures this evening. Atino caught a double team. Oh, the Kings cannot buy a rebound. Lutsen Chang. Another 7-foot show. And make that 6 out of 9 for the Taoyuan Pauian pilots. The Plus League is on fire tonight. Like I say, these two teams, both from Chinese Taipei. Nice time by Harris. And great finish by Jordan Tolbert. But as mentioned, both the Kings and the Pilots are the best of their two different leagues. The Plus League in the case of the Pilots, and the TPPL for the new Taipei Kings. Shot going coast to coast, and no defense being exhibited by the Kings at the moment. Still trailing by 21. Lutsen Ju, he'll go for a three-pointer. Another legendary player in Chinese Taipei basketball. That time unable to make, but now Jordan Tolbert in the corner. 16 three-point attempts this evening already here in the first half for the Kings. Only 4 have been converted. Atino wants a matchup. Physical play against Jaden Gardner. Kicks out Jackie Lee. And even when they miss, they almost look like they're going in. Still, it's a big deficit for the Kings to try and make their way back in this. Harris goes in, and he'll get the M1. So Harris with a chance for a three-point play. This could cut it down to an 18-point deficit, and he could go up to 15 points. Well, Harris currently second leading scorer right behind Cedric Milner at the moment. As Alec Brown, Chen, and Lutsen Chang go to the bench. Harris converts the three-point play. Kwan Tai-Yo back in the lineup, guarded by Lee Kai-Yen. Jackie Lin just trying to give this one up. Pilots have been too comfortable at the moment, scoring 50 points. Lin goes in, gets rejected. Well, Harris just said, "Wan an zaijian, bye-bye." We even just said, "So Kai, go away, get out of here." And a timeout is going to be called. 6.4 on the shot clock. Head coach Yogi Kavanos wants to talk it over. We'll be back. We'll go down to their bench to find out what he has to say.
And if you have problems, Juan, if you have problems, you have Jackie here. Ball to wheel, hand off to wheel to shoot. Okay, but come early. Come, just they have the ball, boom, and we have time, okay? Let's go, let's go. Hey, be smart. Use the fouls smart, please. Use the fouls smart.
I think you heard that from head coach Yogi Kavanos. Use the fouls smart. Because they've only committed one team foul, so 350. They don't necessarily have anybody in any potential foul trouble at the moment. Only Lutsen Chang has 2 fouls, but he's currently on the bench. 60% from the three-point line tonight from the Pilots. That's the kind of percentage that could get you to qualify for the BCL Asia Final Tournament. Gardner comes up with the interception, and now here comes Tolbert. Kings have got to find something. Lee Kai-Yen, he'll go for 3 in the corner. And that's another short three-point attempt. 17 in total for the Kings. Nice give and go. Atino! Well, Big brother William Atino with a one-handed jam. Bit of Showtime Plus League champions in the building. Tolbert twisting. And that, well, yeah, unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called. Oh, it's a tough one there because, well, here's the dunk. Wan an good night, said Gaga. William Martino. The exclamation point from Chinese Taipei's star center. Lin makes both free throws. Sideline possession coming up here for the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Because trying to extend this lead now 22. This could be a problem here for the Kings. Chris Milner made his last three. Pilots slightly going a little bit cold at the moment. Wang Po shooter coming up with a rebound. Wow. Cayenne just keeping that under possession. Now attacks the gaps. Out of control, still keeps it alive. No, he steps out of bounds. So again, it's good defense.
Substitution rankings.
Pilots in total control of this one. Looking to remain undefeated as much as possible in this window. Remember, the Broncos will be traveling from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, as well as South China Athletic from Hong Kong, China. Kwan Tai-yo, Lin pump fakes, straight to the bucket, no help side defense. And now it's a 24-point lead. Another three attempt goes missing. Pilots want to run. Soaring in transition. Kwan Tai-yo, Milner, three. San Franchol, yet again. He's on fire. It's Cedric Milner's world, and we're just living in it. Well, Milner right now making a name for himself. 19 points this evening. Lee Cayenne will go for another three. Everything too short at the moment. Listening to the instructions from head coach Yogi Kamenos. That's a once in a blue moon turnover here from the Pilots. But can Kings capitalize? A foul is going to be called on the ground.
Substitution by Kings. 最后时间17秒。
1:30 to go here in the second quarter. Kings still trailing heavily. 27-point lead to the Pilots. Lin trying to find a bit of time here for another three, but it's way off the mark. Because Kings feel like they're living and dying from the three-point line at the moment. Milner's got 19, kicks out the Kwan Tai-yo. Now goes to his left. Goes in, wraparound layup, but a foul has been given. So, two free throws currently coming up here for the Pilots. Pilots currently 8 out of 11 tonight here for the charity stripe. They've done a very good job of getting to the free throw line, but it's the problem you hear for the Kings. They've attempted 23-pointers and currently shooting at just 20%. I mean, that's just not going to cut it against the Plus League champions. Second free throw, no good. Total control currently here from the champions of the Plus League. Jackie Lee trying to keep some distance between him and Jalen Harris. Harris nowhere to go on the offense. Milner comes up with it. Well, here we go, fans. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. Wow, Milner just trying to take a body with him. Have a look at this, the elevation. Just imagine if he had connected on that. Cedric Milner Airlines could have been. But that's still quite a highlight if you ask me. Well, Cedric Milner Jr., because he came to life in the second half when we were in Hong Kong, China. In that, very close game, I would say, against the host. I mean, South China Athletic, that team meant business because of the 2 games they lost against both the Broncos and Pilots. They went right to the wire. And South China Athletic, of course, they have a great coach, and they've got a good team. And they'll be here in a few days' time. Well, the Pilots know that's going to be a tough test. Well, it's now officially a 30-point lead as Harris goes in. And right now, it seems to be the only offensive threat here for the Kings. Eight seconds difference between both game and shot clock here. Chen kicks out, finds lead. Another 7-foot Chol. One and good night. Well, Jackie Lee just set Chingewa Sanga 7-foot Chol. Incredible performance. 65 points. Lee Kai-Yen went for it. Goes out of bounds. That's going to remain Kings possession with 0.5 of a second remaining here. So Jonah Morrison will indeed baseline possession coming up. Lee Kai-Yen will inbound this. He's got Gardner Harris, Jordan Tolbert. Tolbert doesn't get it off in time. And there you have it. The end of the first half. The champions of the Plus League dominating by 31 points against the champions of the TPBL. Well, you're witnessing greatness. And it's coming from the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Pilots have been incredible so far tonight. 8 out of 13 from downtown. 23 out of 38 from the field. 60% in total. It's been a dominant display from head coach Yogi Kamenos' players. Well, fans, we're going to leave you with a few stats and some highlights. It's halftime here. Opening game of Window 2 here in Chinese Taipei of the BCL Asia 2026. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
1, 2, 3. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm strong.
That's the first or something of the third ball.
26 between the two champions of Chinese Taipei's Plus League, the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, who lead emphatically by 31 against the champions of the TPPL, the New Taipei City Kings. Well, it's been the Cedric Milner show so far. Cedric Milner has indeed been cooking it up at the moment as he leads the way in this game this evening. Milner currently very impressive display tonight here already. Well, we'll see how things pan out. Can the Kings find some way of a comeback here in the second half? Second window here at BCL Asia East 2026. Welcome back, everybody, live at the University of Taipei, Tianmu Arena. Pilots looking to kick things with a bull screen with Chun, Willie Martino. Lutsen Chang penetrates, finds Alec Brown. Still time here on the shot clock for the Pilots. Chen hesitates. That's great defense by Jalen Harris. Kings have got to take it possession by possession. Lee Kai-yen in the corner. That time unable to connect. Well, the Kings, it's been volume three-point shooting so far this evening. 21 attempts, having only converted 4 of them. So I've seen that's great defense by Jordan Tolbert. Tolbert, as I already mentioned, playing now for his third team in BCL Asia. And it's matrixed is Broncos of Mongolia, now here, New Taipei City Kings. Because actually Jordan Tolbert previously played for the Pilots. Pilots coming up with it. Milner pulls up, a lot of contact, counted, and he'll go to the free throw line. He is a certified walking bucket. Look at the elevation on the jump shot, the release, the follow through. Not many teams are going to be able to defend Cedric Milner. That's 24 points already. He's 9 out of 14 from the field. 5 rebounds away from a double-double. Now make it 25. Because it was Michael FIBA last season of the New Taipei Kings who set the record for most points in a BCL Asia East game. Could that be broken tonight by Cedric Milner? Gardner trying to go handoff. Make that another turnover here for the New Taipei Kings. Alley-oop, and oh my goodness! Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Taoyuan indeed. My goodness gracious. Cedric Milner with the bunnies in transition. Extending it to a 36-point lead to the Pilots. Harris penetrates, a lot of contact. And now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, there again, one more time. Milner, hang time in the air. That's a big time play by Cedric Milner. Harris, the game's second leading scorer this evening. He has 18 points, but he needs some help. Nobody else in double figures. Lin, the second leading scorer tonight for the Kings. He has 5 points, but it just hasn't been enough. Everybody's got to chip in here. Kings fans have entered the building. Martino finding Lutsen Chang. Pulls up from 18 under pressure. And there you have it, the future of Chinese Taipei basketball. The man who's supposed to take the torch from Lin Sijia, Beast Lin. Gardner trying to find an opening. Harris going for a deep one and finally gets his first three-pointer since the first quarter. He's had a hell of a game too, 22 points at this stage. I mean, he's played in FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers for the Jordanian national team. Martino draws the foul against Tolbert, so now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, here's the deep Sanfeng Cho from Jalen Harris. That's his third three-pointer of the night. He's 3 out of 9 from the field, from the perimeter, I should say. As William Martino just missing the first free throw. Not that it's too much of a concern now for the Pilots, but that's only their 5th missed free throw attempt this evening. As mentioned from the field, they are 69%, but well, 2-point play in the end. Make that the 9th offensive rebound. And now you can take Alec Brown up to 13. Oh, no, 15, excuse me. Harris looking for an ISO, finds Lee Kai-Yen. He'll fire another 3. Nothing going as Artino goes quickly. Finds Lutsen Chang. Electing to go patiently here from the perimeter. But now quickly around the screen. And good defense by Jordan Tolbert.
Substitution by Kings. Golden 1. I was go. 进攻时间13秒。
Well, what a pass and what a finish. Pilots right now having a buffet. 17 tonight for Alec Brown. It's way too easy. The Kings have to realize they're going to have to step it up. They've got the personnel, but they've got to find some formula. Lin fires a 3. He's made one tonight. And you can just see every time Pilots come up with a rebound, they want to go quickly. Lutsen Chang under pressure. The foul is going to be called against Jordan Tolbert.
He's on number 23. Jordan Tolbert pushing foul. Pilots go.
Well, Wang Po-Chu, big baby, coming into the game now. It's a heavy fan favorite with the local fans, not only with the Kings, but also in the TPBL. But it's plays like that, I mean, that's the kind of defense the Kings need. You can see Lutsen Chang going for the Allen Iverson cut, but that time just being smothered and followed. But that's the defense the Kings have needed all game. Remember, these two teams will play each other again on the 26th. In just under 2 weeks' time in this window. So if you're the Kings, you want to minimize the deficit as much as possible. Harris looking to attack, but a foul is going to be called on the ground. And that's on Cedric Milner.
Fouls number 9. Cedric Milner Jr.
Well, Milner that time just attacking the front foot, and that's what put. Oh, excuse me, no, it was Jalen Harris who drew the foul, excuse me. Wang Po-Chu finds Harris. Alec Brown switching quick, but Harris gets a 3 off. Big baby battles for it, but Lin comes up with the rebound. And now here come the Pilots again. Milner, he's been on fire tonight. That time just unable to convert. You see the Kings here, they've got to keep on scoring. They've got just under 6 minutes to try and minimize the deficit as much as possible. Little hesitation coming, finding Lin. Oh, nice dime, finds Wang Po-Chu. Wang Po-Chu unable to get anything. Seconds winding down, it's gonna be a 24. And there you have it, 24-second violation. And that's what I like to call Taoyuan Pauian Pilots dominant function. Great defense. All change coming in for the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. So Chun Li Sheng, of course, did feature for them quite a bit. Now into the game and getting a standing ovation. Heavy fan favorite with the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots fans. Because it's going to be exciting times here in Taipei when the other teams of both South China Athletic and the Broncos get in town. Because they'll be playing both teams. Brown going for a fadeaway. Gardner coming up with a rebound. Kings down by 27. Can they get it to 20 or less before the fourth quarter? What a move by Jaden Gardner. Confidence play-by-play. Jackie Lee wide open. Brown coming up with it. The Kings survive. Gardner trying to go in and around the defense. Goes in coast to coast, and Yogi Kamenos right now looking at his team, feeling they may have taken their foot off the pedal. This is a positive run from the Kings. They've got to keep defending. But that time there, Chun Li Sheng just going straight to the bucket. No help side. It's got to be better. Gardner goes for another one, but in this case there, someone's got to crash for an offensive rebound. Brown going straight to the bucket. Lin, he'll fire another one. The three-point is a little too short here in the second half. Right there, Harris has got to make this, but now luckily coming up with his own rebound. Harris attacks, looking for a kick out. Lin tries another one. And there's another three-pointer. Slicing it down to a 22-point deficit. Target for the Kings. Get it to at least 15 going into the fourth quarter. Give yourself something to play for. Chun-Li Shung goes in for a little floater, and he's having a hell of a third quarter. Finding his way inside the gaps. Lin goes for another three. That time making back-to-back Sanford Chos. Third one tonight for Lin. Joseph Lin now moving up to 11 points. Jackie Lee trying to find Alec Brown. Brown being defended by Lin Yenting. A foul is going to be called on the ground. And that's going to be the fourth and final team foul. Going in. Well, there's the great fake of the pass by Chud, excuse me. Wampo Shi coming back into the lineup. Big baby. As now Su Shishuan will go to the bench. Martino trying to find the handoffs. Martino goes in, misses from point blank range. Kings want to run. They have the numbers. Gardner, little Euro step. A lot of contact and finishes. Well, you have to forgive my mathematics, but it's actually a 29-point deficit. This is better defense by Joseph Lin, but that's going to remain Pilots' ball on the sideline. Because credit to the Pilots, they've only committed 8 turnovers so far in this game. It's only one less than the Kings. The problem for the Kings is they haven't been able to convert consistently on the offensive end. 29 three-point attempts, only shooting 24%. Wangpo Shi is the natural center. Gardner at power forward. Lin trying to spin baseline. Good help side defense by Wangpo Shi. This is better from the Kings. A little step through and a little scoop hook coming from Jackie Lee. A great take by Jackie Lee, extending it to a plus 30-point lead currently to the Pilots. Well, Big Baby goes in, and Big Baby will finish. The tank, the TPPL tank. Nice show on the screen, but no recovery from Wangpo Shi, and another three in the corner. Wangpo Shi unable to secure the rebound. And right idea by Chun. Li Shung just trying to find Ken Lin inside the paint, but that's going to be a Pilot's 9th turnover, and here's a finish by Wangpo Shi. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Gardner getting the screen from Big Baby. They want a carrying violation. Gardner bumps, goes for a fadeaway, and just takes Martino inside the paints. Well, led them in scoring with 31 against South China Athletic. Tonight, Gardner, right now, only has 10 points, but Martino is fouled. So now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, there's another look at the foul. Willie Martino, 4 points away from a double-double. He does have 11 rebounds. Because the season he actually came to play in Taipei was back in 2021-22, and I think quickly, it was a match made in heaven for him to play for the national team. Because he performed very well at the 2022 FIBA Asia Cup. Because he's loved life here. He also played in Hong Kong, China as well. So he's one of the ultimate centers who can stretch the floor. Now we're into 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Wangpo Shi getting a handoff here with Jalen Harris. Kings patiently passing. Gardner pulls up mid-range. Not going to get it. As Kwan Taoyuan comes up with it. Nice time. Finds Kwan Taoyuan, but misses. Under a minute to go here. Kings could go. Well, that's a hard foul from behind. Jalen Harris, I think, only allowing his teammates to pick him up here. I mean, that's a reaching from behind. It's a good foul. I mean, there's no malice involved in that one. Jordan Tolbert will check back in. Both Jaden Gardner and Wang Po Chu will go to the bench. Because Jordan Tolbert, only 1 out of 3 from the field this evening. And he led them in scoring. He had a double-double that night against South China Athletic when we were in Hong Kong, China. And when you stop play, it doesn't get enough shots. That is going to be the end product. You're going to find yourself down by 29 points. Then finds a gap. Patient passing. They get a 3 in the corner. That's a good look for the Kings, though. That's a good offense. You can't argue with that one. Well, Kwan Taoyuan penetrates, draws a contact, and now he'll go to the free throw line. That's a great take by Kwan Taoyuan. Because when these two teams played each other last season in the semifinals of BCLA East, Kwan Taoyuan actually didn't play. But if you look at many of the players, because you got the likes of Lin Su-wei, because you got Lee Chia-Kang, Jackie Lee as we know him as. And they also had a player called Chun Yu-Jue, who's not currently with the Pilots, but this is very fundamental of how Yogi Kamino's coached his team. He's got very quick backcourt players that are all very creative, all very capable of being good three-point shooters. And all of them have represented Chinese Taipei's national team at one point in their career. It shows the depth in basketball they have at this position here in Chinese Taipei. Great take by Harris, goes in. Guan Lam, big time dunk. But Pilots can't have the final shot. This is going to be a high screen now with Willie Martino. Chun Li Shun. Martino, pick, pop, 3. Doesn't make it. Now we'll do the end of the third quarter. Harris goes. That's not going to count if it does go. Wrong. I don't think it's going to count. But, Chundaba. But I don't think Mayo, as they would say here in Chinese Taipei. I don't even think the Pilots fans can believe it. But as I said, he didn't get it off in time. It's still very impressive from Jalen Harris, who does have 24 points. End of the third quarter, live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena, where the champions of the Plus League currently taking on the champions of the TPPL BCL Asia 2026. We'll be back in just under 2 minutes. This is the BCL Asia 2026 live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena. Final quarter coming up between New Taipei City Kings and the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Well, it's only the second game for these two teams this season in BCL Asia East. A rematch of last season's semifinals. Jalen Harris leading the Kings now at 24. Keeps in his left hand. Well, that's a tough finish. Clearly under a lot of pressure, but able to finish that one. Second leading scorer just behind Cedric Milner with 26 at the moment. Milner's got 27. Jonah Morrison back in the lineup. Tries to find a bit of mid-range action, but Tolbert does a good job. Now, Kings, you've got to cut down the deficit. Remember, they're going to meet each other again, and head-to-heads could be crucial at this stage. Tolbert. Tino keeps him at bay, but now Jordan Tolbert tries to bully his way in. Still has it. Susha Schwan keeps this one alive. Now we're under 10 here for Harris. Harris has got one thing on his mind. Kicks out. Another shot here for the Kings. And that's not going to go. It's now Kwan Tayo going coast to coast. Say goodbye. Oh, Jalen Harris said, just sure what the fangza. Well, goodbye. Not in my house, he said. It's not the first block and most likely won't be the final block this evening from Jordan's Jalen Harris. It's Lin Su Wei coming into the lineup here for the Pilots. Morrison just missing inside the paints. Gardner now got it by Lin Su Wei. Counted, and he'll go to the free throw line for the three-point play. Relatively quiet night for Jaden Gardner, considering how big he was in the game against South China Athletic. But like I said, minimizing the deficit, that's what the Kings have got to do. Give yourself an opportunity to battle for a head-to-head the second time you meet each other. A little short on the free throw. Lin Su Wei penetrates. Tolbert comes in to help. But Tino comes in, can't finish. Now the Kings come up with it. Numbers, but it's going to be a turnover. And that's the defense we talked about from Yogi Kavanos' players. Kwan Tayo trying to go for a cross-court. Tough pass to Chun. Goes baseline. Morrison pump fakes. Pilots still have time here on the shot clock. Lin Su Wei. Morrison goes in. San Fun Cho. That is the personification of Taoyuan Pauian Pilots' offense. The San Fun Cho party. Jordan Tolbert just trying to go for a backdoor with Gardner, excuse me. Now they find Gardner. He'll fire a three. And he'll respond with his own San Fun Cho. Gardner now moving up to 15 points. Pilots will take their time. Kwan Tayo unable to get the three-pointer. Now Jordan Tolbert loses control of it, but keeps this one alive. Gardner goes to his left. Pulls up for 10. A little too strong. Now Pilots come up with it. Lin Su Wei. Lin Su Wei twisting, turning, but a foul is going to be given. Well, that was the San Fun Cho from Jonah Morrison. 9 out of 20 from the three-point line this evening to Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Lin Su Wei hasn't played many minutes this evening because he was big for them last season when they made it to the BCL Asia. Because he did play in the 2020, played one game, only sparing minutes for Chinese Taipei back in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Because not a monumental score for head coach Yogi Kavanos, but you know, like players like Kwan Tayo, Lin Su Wei, where they come into fact is just the defense. Very quick, very mobile, agile defenders in the backcourt. And they had some great games at BCL Asia last season as he makes the second one. Under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Scott and trying to pass it. Lin Su-wei nearly coming up with a steal. So 13 seconds remain on the shot clock here for the Kings. Chen will inbound this one. There's a handoff with Lin. Tola coming up for another screen. Lin will fire this one. Time is winding down. He'll sink that one. Well, they just haven't had enough of it this evening. Consistency, that is going to be the key thing. Remember, the Kings also have to play South China Athletic. And nice time. BEA, beautiful basketball from the Pilots. Plus League champions have been terrific so far. But what's interesting tonight is both teams actually have converted the same amount of three-point shots. Lin now pulling Brown away. He's made the last one, and now they have more three-pointers than the Pilots. Remember, Pilots, 33 field goals in total. That combines both from the perimeter and inside the rainbow. There's New Taipei Kings 26. Foul is going to be called on the ground. Well, there's a look at the three-pointer by Lin Yanting. It's only the first team foul against the Pilots. A lot of basketball still to play here in the fourth quarter. Because you probably imagine at some point, given how big the lead is for the Pilots, 23-point cushion. Well, head coach Yogi Kavanaugh's thinking about, running through the subs more, but given that they are going to play each other again in 12 days' time, a head-to-head is still possible if the Kings can limit it down. But in that case, Kwan Tai-yo, if he makes another Sanford show, then the head-to-head is going to be very tough here for the New Taipei Kings. 25-point lead. Joseph Lin trying to get in the gaps, now goes for a tough one. Lin Su-wei just trying to find a flash there for Kwan Tai-yo. There's a bump. Oh, Banks open. He's still scoring. Kwan Tai-yo just going to work here in the fourth quarter. Now moving up to 10 points indeed. Becoming the third Pilots player in double figures. Lin hesitates. Kings got to keep battling. They'll go for another one. Both teams with 10 three-point field goals. 20 Sanfun shows this evening. Cedric Milner actually is still the game's leading scorer tonight. He has 27, one more than Jalen Harris, as Jonah Morrison unable to make the three-pointer. Well, Harris can't become the game's leading scorer as he draws a foul, so he'll go to the free throw line. Well, there's a take by Jalen Harris. Harris 9 out of 19 from the field. Another change coming in for the Kings. So Susha Schwan back in the lineup, who's played 7 minutes, but hasn't actually attempted a shot so far this evening in the 7 minutes he's played. Harris now joint leading scorer with Cedric Milner. Now can become the game's leading scorer if he converts his free throw. There you have it. Pilots want to keep scoring, and Milner reclaims the accolade as the game's leading scorer with 29. Well, it's going to be interesting to find out who gets the Player of the Game award, who will be interviewed at the end of this game. Deep three by Lin. He's made 3 so far this evening. Under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Pilots looking inevitable to go 2-0. The team that made it to the finals of BCL Asia East last season, only to lose to the Broncos. Brown pick and pop, mid-range, count it. Alec Brown has been phenomenal this evening. 21 tonight. The number he has on his jersey As he tries to go for the steal. Kings come up with it. Susha Schwann's not going to take it. Jalen Harris will go for it. Brown just able to recover and keep it under control. Well, what a game tonight from Alec Brown. 21 points, 11 rebounds. A double-double. Of course, if you're watching this game live, who do you think the player of the game should be? As Kwan Tayo goes for it. Alec Brown looks like a good candidate so far with the 21 and 11 boards. Kings right now trying to salvage anything. Jordan Tolbert, he'll go for a three. And that's the 11th three-pointer. Number 11 on the Sanford Show list. Oh, Jonah Morrison trying to respond. Tolbert just keeps the rebound under control. That's going to be a kick ball violation. Well, looks like a timeout is going to be called. 2:26 left. Both teams will talk it over. Oh, no timeout. My apologies. No, just a substitution has been given. So Jaden Gardner back into the lineup here for the Kings, along with Lee Kai-yen and Lutsen Chu. Because Lutsen Chu, one of the veterans, one of the legends of Chinese Taipei basketball. It's now Harris. Got it by Morrison. Goes to his right. A little bit of shift and shake mid-range, but that's not going to go. 2 minutes here. Morrison has a mismatch. Got it by Lee Kai-yen. Back down. Tolbert comes to the double team. Brown pulls up. Morrison unable to convert. Kings have it. Lutsen Chu goes in for it. That time unable to make it. So now we reach the final 90 seconds near. Cedric Milner wraparound layup, nearly getting the M1. Milner could go to 31 points. The time to foul, I believe, is going to be called on Jordan Tolbert. Well, Wang Po Chi back in the lineup here for the Kings. Big baby. Cedric Milner, as we already mentioned in the first game, if you followed us back in when they played South China Athletic, this is now only his second professional season. As you can see, Hong Shushan, head coach of the new Taipei Kings, just having some words there with Jaden Gardner. But more games to come for both the Kings and the Pilots here in window 2 of Group B. The top 3 teams will qualify for the final 6. Lee Kai-yen pulls up from 15. That time gets it to rattle in. Chun Li Sheng just put under pressure. Ken Lin comes up with a high screen. Almost got it. And he looks like he's going to be an exciting player to look out for. Chun Li Sheng, 4 points, which all of them he got in the third quarter. But this is the kind of traditional, great kind of point guard you're going to find from Taipei. Only standing at 175 centimeters. Still only 24 years of age as well. 23, actually, my apologies. Because in 2018, he featured for the Chinese Taipei U16 national team, where in the 3 games in the group stage, not a predominant score, but there's a lot to like about this young kid. Second one good. 24-point lead to the Pilots. And a timeout is going to be called by the new Taipei Kings. We'll be back in just under 1 minute.
And you handle for Ernest back. 正如当他一走，我自己往里面走，挡正如，正如出来接着 handle pin down for Kyle。所以正如这一拍应该会有，只要你一帮，这边就有机会 ，OK 吗？我来，走。
Well, of course, both organizations, the New Taipei Kings and Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, they do a magnificent job of hosting, not only within their domestic leagues, the TPBL and the Plus League. They've done a great job so far here in Taipei at the University of Taipei Tianmu Campus Arena. Because like I said, we're going to have 12 days of great games where these two teams will play everybody in the group. And then we also have the games going on now. Big Baby goes in. Oh, baby! Oh, Big Baby! Wang Po shooted Big Baby with a jam. They like to call him the Tank. Because a lot of similarities with his game and Glenn Davis. And now here comes Jaden Gardner. Well, fasten your seatbelts. He'll throw it down one hand. But this is good for New Taipei Kings. Minimize the deficit as much as possible. In the potential that you could be playing for head-to-head. These two teams will play each other in 12 days' time. 20 points right now is the margin. Ken Lin fires another one and make that a 10th San Fun Show for the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. 10 out of 24. Reigning three-pointers. Both teams actually have very good percentages. Pilots slightly better, but 12 tonight for the Kings. And there is the Big Baby, one-handed Guan Lam. Throw it down, Big Baby. Throw it down. And it's still in the conversion by Jaden Gardner. Gardner now moving up to 17 points. Let's listen now to Hong Shishan. Well, this is timeout called by Hong Shishan because he identifies that they've got to minimize this deficit as much as possible. 34.7 seconds left. He understands points difference and head-to-head matter. Coach Hong Shishan, quite a player back in his day, was a key member of the 2013 Chinese Taipei national team at the Asia Cup. They want to score quickly here if they want to go 2 for 1. Hudson Chu just getting bumped. Comes up with it. And that's going to be a kick ball violation. That's going to go back to the Pilots. 26 seconds left. 2 seconds difference. Chum will get this one back. If you're Kings here, you don't want to foul. 23 points is a large margin. But remember, the key thing for the Kings will be both the matchups against the Broncos, but also, there you have it. Chun Li Sheng said, Woyao, Yiga, San Fun Cho. Extending it back to a 26-point lead as Gardner goes in. He gets fouled. Well, there you have it. San Fun Cho party tonight here at Tianmu. Jaden Gardner currently the free throw stripe. Now remember, we will have a post-game interview with the player of the game, which, well, will surprise you, let you know who's going to win that award. I've got a feeling it might be Alec Brown, because Brown's had a terrific game this evening. Alec Brown, 21 points, 13 boards, 1 assist, and 1 steal to his name so far tonight. So maybe, just maybe, we'll meet with him. Well, there you have it. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, the champions of the Plus League. Jai-yo indeed, as they win and now move 2-0 here in BCL Asia East. An emphatic, dominant victory from the champions of Chinese Taipei's Plus League. Jai-yo Pilots, Jai-yo Taoyuan. Well, indeed, we are going to get an interview with the player of the game, which was probably the worst kept secret here in Taipei. It's Alec Brown. 21 points, 13 rebounds. We'll get his thoughts very soon. And we'll also be meeting at the post-game press conference with head coach Yogi Kamenos, Alec Brown, and with head coach Hong Shishan. He will be joined by Jalen Paris. You can watch that all at the post-game press conference, but very soon we're going to go courtside for an interview with the player of the game, Alec Brown.
感谢各位乘客、兄弟朋友们来在今天一起努力的拿下了这场比赛。现在呢，就和他们一起来分享今天晚上的成果吧。欢迎你们呢一起跟飞行员来打个招呼。在胜利6场的当中呢，我们有欢迎今天的 MVP Alec Brown 来到场中。 时间交给 Josh。
Well, now with the player of the game, Alec Brown. First of all, congratulations. How much does it mean to go 2-0 here in BCL Asia East?
Obviously, it's big for us to start off 2-0. I mean, had a tough, EASL finals, and so kind of moving on from that to BCL now and starting off strong. It's going to help us a lot later in the season. So we just got to keep it going.
Now, you guys played in the BCL Asia East final last season. How hard and tough is the journey to get back to the final again and try to be champions?
Man, there's a lot of good teams in BCL. Getting to that final itself is tough, but once you get there, obviously we've got teams from all over Asia, a lot of good players. So we want to get back and prove that we should be back there, prove that, we can be one of those top teams this year.
You guys are a very good three-point shooting team, a Sanford Cho shooting team. Do you guys practice this a lot in practice? Is it who can score the most threes?
We definitely shoot a lot. And it was nice to see us make some shots tonight because honestly, the last month, I'd say, we have not been shooting the ball very well. So it's been good to get back to knowing, shooting how we can shoot.
Do you have a final message for the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots fans?
Appreciate y'all coming out. Hope to see you guys Thursday. Keep coming, keep supporting. We love the support. Let's go Pilots.
Thank you, Alec. All the best.
好的，谢谢 Josh， 也再次恭喜 Alec Brown， 谢谢波浪。今天的最佳飞行员 Alec Brown。好的，比赛也到我们尾声啦，要特别感谢今天在平日来到我们天母体育馆支持比赛的所有乘客、球迷朋友们，谢谢你们。我呢，今天要来跟 Pilots Crew 一起感谢各位前方的朋友，谢谢。
球场的灯光慢慢熄灭。
evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia East game between Taoyuan Pauian Pilots versus the New Taipei Kings. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots beat New Taipei Kings by 110 to 85. Coach Zhisan Hong and Jalen Harris have joined us, so may I ask you to switch off your mobile phones. The press conference will be conducted in English. Coach, can you please give us your comments about the game?
我觉得问题出在第二节，就是当防守出现问题的时候，球员打得比较心浮气躁，然后在进攻端就会显得比较乱。然后因为 Jalen 比较少跟 Jaden 还有 Jordan 配到，所以场上会很多时候出现不知道该干嘛，所以这是我们接下来要去克服的。
So in our game, it's only on the second quarter. Everybody can see that we have some problem on the defense, and then everybody just get way too emotional, and then our offense started to not getting any discipline. So and of course, for Jalen, this is his first time to play with Jaden and JT together. So there's some confusion on the court, and we have to work it out and to make it good. But overall, it's a second quarter thing, and then so lead up to this loss.
Thank you. And Jalen, can you also please give us your comment about the game?
I think, like Vinci said, we lost the game in the second quarter, especially. Just think as a collective, we got to be a little bit more mentally locked in to the game plan and to what we need to do on the court. But, good team we played. It made a lot of shots, shot pretty well. But, like I said, mentally, I think we need to be a little bit more connected.
Thank you. I will now give the floor to the media to ask questions in English. I want to ask the media to first state their name and their media company that they're representing. Anyone?
This is Hai Chen from Lehigh Sports. Question for Coach Hong, because this is the first time that you played with the New Taipei play with the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots since the years before the champion. So did you feel any difference? Your team changed or Pilots changed? Can you compare these games and the championship game before that? 请谈一下这两年。
你说比较过去，我觉得你说2年前对战他们到今年很大不一样，是我觉得阵容上面比较不一样。领航员从过去到现在，应该人员都没有太大变动。那相对的，我们球队的不管洋将到本土变动稍微大了一点，尤其主要核心洋将 Kenny 离开跟 Jeremy 退休之后，所以在于我们要在短期内去磨合到今年的比赛内容，本来就比较难去跟领航员对抗，对。
So compare with 2 years ago when we played Pilots in the finals. Well, the main difference is like Pilots have a quite similar roster. They're stable roster, and we have a lot of changes on the roster. Our best import Kenny Manigault, he left the team, and Jeremy, he retired. So that's a really big change. And then so when we're trying to rebuild and try to get back to the competence we had before, is still takes a lot of time right now. So it's hard to compete with Pilots at this time.
Anyone else? Okay, so this is another question for me, for Coach Hong and Jalen. It's been back-to-back blowout losses for the Kings so far in BCL Asia East season. How confident are you that the team can turn things around sooner, especially with your next games to be played also here in Taipei?
我觉得撇除到第2节，就是球员的心情起伏造成比赛内容，其实我们觉得另外3节我们的比赛内容是还可以接受。当然就是我们需要更好，然后要沉着才能跟 强队打比赛。那在于接下来2场，我们只能尽快调整。那加上我们的阵容会有所变化，对。
So it's just one quarter. We still play 3-quarter good basketball. It's just 1 quarter. Everybody's getting too emotional. So the most important thing is we have to mentally strong and keep our composure, and then try to get ready and play on Saturday.
Jalen.
I'm very confident in our team. We've had a lot of ups and downs this year so far. And I think we found a way to bounce back after those. And so, I mean, like you said, first 2 games didn't go the way we wanted, but I think we get in there, get in practice this week, put more work in, and, you know, I think our confidence will raise up in these next couple games and be able to pull them out.
Thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We will be back soon with Taoyuan Pauian pilots. Welcome back to the second part of this post-game press conference. We now have with us Coach Yurgi Caminos and Alec Brown. Coach, we would like to have your words about this game.
Happy for the win. I think that the last weekend when we played our league game, the way that we played, we were not happy. We put the intensity from the first quarter, especially first half. The rotation was being really good. Everybody from the bench bringing energy, being aggressive. First quarter having good rhythm in offense, not all the good defense that we wanted to have. Second quarter, I think that when we set the tone higher, we control the rebound, we run. Halftime, if I don't remember bad, we have more than 20 points on fast breaks. We control really good the game. Once the score was 30 points at the halftime, I think that the second half team keep playing with energy, we control, we rotate. We have to play in 2 days against Hong Kong, another important game, so good to have everybody involved, everybody playing, everybody having minutes, everybody also scoring points. And this is important for us because season is long, and on the BCL, on the P League, we are going to need everybody ready to play.
Alec, your thoughts about the game? Oh, sorry.
就是很开心能够赢下这场比赛，因为上周我们自己的联盟的比赛我们打得并不好，然后这场比赛我们一开始其实就展现出很强的侵略性，然后我们上半场大家都有贡献时间，我们的整个轮替也是非常的好的。然后我们一开始是第一节的防守是比较可以，但是进攻做得不好。那第二节的时候进攻打开才把比分给拉开，然后我们半场的时候也有超过20分的快攻得分，然后我们下半场就继续照着这个节奏去打完剩下的比赛。然后因为我们还有另外一场2天后的香港的比赛也非常的重要。那今天这场能够大家都有得分，大家都能贡献时间，这对我们来讲是非常重要，因为这个赛季很长，我们可以让每一个人都做好准备是最好的。
And Alec, your thoughts about the game?
Yeah, kind of like what Coach said. I mean, we needed this game. We've had a couple not so pretty games the last couple games, and getting back to playing how we can play, moving the ball, playing good defense, making threes. That was really good for us, and it's tough right now. Kings have a tough schedule. They're fighting for the playoffs right now in their league and fighting for playoff position, I should say. Whereas we kind of already have our stuff locked down in the P League, so we could, we have a little less to worry about right now. So it's
Thank you. Do we have questions from the media in English? Oh.
就是主要是同意教练讲的，因为我们非常需要这场比赛的胜利，因为我们自己在前几场比赛其实不是打太漂亮，然后我们今天也有很好的转移球，有做好防守，也有进一些3分。那现在的处境可能对国王是比较困难，因为他们在他们的联盟是争取季后赛排名的情况，然后我们是比较在我们自己联盟已经就是确定了排名了。
Thank you. Do we have questions from the media in English? A reminder to state your full name and the media company you're representing. Any questions? Nope. All right, and another question from me, for a question for Coach and Alec. From a tight opener, the team won more comfortably this time around at home. At 2-0, how much of a confidence booster is this as you all prepare for a tough homestand this week?
I mean, we have the experience for last year to play these type of home games, like not a back-to-back, but play back-to-play. Winning always is good. We know that Hong Kong game that we played last Thursday there, they fight really, really good. They show how tough team they are. This game is over. We need to reset our mind and be sure that we are going to have all the energy to fight good against Hong Kong because, like I'm saying, they show how good they can compete. They beat Kings. They compete really, really good with Broncos. Remember that Broncos was the bronze medal on last BCL in Asia. So maximum repair to our opponents, and the confidence is always high.
就是我们其实已经算是有去年的经验，就是我们在主场虽然可能不是背靠背，但是有很密集的赛事。然后这场胜利对我们来讲是很好，因为我们接下来打到香港，他们香港在上礼拜的时候他们打得很好，他们强度很高。然后我们这一场我们就是可以把我们的能量去拉起来，去准备下场打他们，因为他们其实前面有打败国王，然后他们跟蒙古野马其实也打到很激烈，然后野马本来就是很强的球队，他们东超就打得非常好，所以我们很需要这场的胜利，让我们有这个气势去准备后面的香港的比赛。
Yeah. I mean, obviously, starting with 2 wins is big in a league like this. When I mean, making it to the playoffs, everything kind of resets. So that's the main goal right now is just to making it to the semifinals or playoffs. So that's big. That's going to help us a lot to get there. And yeah, Hong Kong coming up. I think we relaxed against them that first game. We might have seen they're maybe a little undersized and got a little relaxed. And I think we're going to be more ready for them, more prepared, and knowing that they're going to come out hard and we can match or come out harder.
就是先拿到这两场的胜利，对我们来讲是非常的重要，让我们可以就是更有余裕去准备后面的比赛，因为比较能够确定季后赛能够先有一个优势。那我们先把这个胜利拿起来，我们后面进到决赛就会比较好打一点。然后我们上个礼拜是其实打香港的时候，一开始是有一些松懈，可能看到他们的身材没有那么高大，我们就有点松懈。但是我们经过了上一场的比赛之后，我们后面对他们来讲肯定是会准备非常好去打他们。
Thank you, everyone. This is the end of the press conference.